Alright, here we go. It's time for another one of these Habs news update thingy-majiggys. And in today's jiggy, we're going to take a look at the latest trade rumors that have been floating around about Carey Price. We're going to take a look at the whole 7 defenseman situation. I'm going to tell you a little story about David Reinbacher's knees. There's a shit ton of stuff that I want to talk about. But first, I want to tell you that today's video is indeed brought to you by the good folks over at Miraj Trading. And if you consider yourself a bit of a collector, if you like buying cards from time to time, guess what? MirajTrading.com, they've got everything that you could possibly be looking for. Hockey cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards. Hey, you name it. Miraj got it. And you can find all their links in the description of today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the month of September. And you know what that means. The schedule is about to get a little crazy around here. But don't you even worry about it, because I got you covered. Next weekend, there's going to be some games, some rookie games. The Habs are going to be squaring off against the baby Leafs and the baby Jets, from what I've been hearing. I'm not sure what's going on with the Sens. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they're just tired of dealing with jack eyes and shit during the preseason. Then if we take a look at Monday, September 15th, that's going to be the day of the annual golf tournament. We usually get a lot of goodies out of that one. And of course, on September 22nd, the preseason begins. And the Habs are going to open up their preseason against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Isn't that something? So yes, there's a lot to be excited about right now. It seems like every day, more and more players are showing up at Brassard, which is encouraging, of course. Arbor Jackeye was seen today. Brendan Gallagher's in town. Even Chewbacca's there, just skating around with the boys during his retirement. Now, don't be fooled. There's no chance he's coming back. But Dominic Savard, on the other hand, Dominic Savard is about to be draft eligible. Now, let's move on to some injury updates. TVA Sports recently put up an interview with David Reinbacher, and I know everybody's been wondering how the old knee's been treating him over the offseason. And according to Reinbacher himself, it's good. He said, quote, "I'm at 100% now. My knee feels great. During the summer, I never felt any problems, and I was happy to see that it held up," okay? He also said that he's really motivated about the upcoming season, and he just really doesn't want to get injured again. I mean, and you got to admit, the kid's had some pretty shitty luck since being drafted. So hopefully that knee holds up, and hopefully he can get a full season of development in without injury. Now, seeing we're on that topic of some of these precious defensemen, why don't we go ahead and take a look at what the Canadiens have right now. You see, now that Jaden Strubl's locked up for the next couple of years, I guess it pretty much confirms that they're going to be heading into next season with 7 guys that are about to be fighting for 6 spots. And guys like Struble and Jackal, you can't even send them down anymore without having to go through waivers. There's quite a few people out there who really don't like the idea of having a young guy as the 7th defenseman. But personally, I just wanted to put it out there that I'm not too worried about it. Because I expect to see a rotation. And of course, there's definitely going to be injuries along the way too, okay? I wouldn't even be surprised if there's an injury during the preseason. But hopefully not. But I'd say 2 of these guys, Struble and Jackeye, they're going to be playing quite a bit of hockey this season. And according to a recent interview with Jaden Struble himself, just take a look at what the head coach has been telling him. Quote, "Marty was calling guys up during the summer and saying that he would take the Habs 7D over any D in the league." Whoa. Struble would go on to say that they got young talent, they got a couple of veterans, and what they have is a good mix of skill and hard-nosed defensemen. And to be honest, I couldn't agree more with that stuff. Now, obviously, Marty telling these guys that he wouldn't take any other D-core in the league is a bit of a stretch, but at the same time, I love it because he's trying to get the troops riled up and he's trying to build some confidence in them, okay? And in all honesty, the Habs D-core is special. I mean, you know it, I know it. Guys like Reinbacker and Engstrom, they're only going to make it better. They're only going to make it more interesting. And over the next few years, it's definitely going to have the potential to be one of the best in the league. Moving on. Now, the Canadiens just unleashed their brand new look at center ice. Look at that. I actually just noticed it as I'm recording this video. I see some people, they're complaining about it already because, well, of course they are. But there's also a lot of people that love it. You can let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. But now, it's time to take a look at some of the biggest news of the week. And of course, it involves one of my personal favorite goaltenders. Dominic, just get your ass out of here. Carey Price. And on September 1st, Carey Price filled his pockets to the brim with a pretty hefty bonus. Holy deep fried moose balls. Can you imagine getting a bonus like that? Now, there's been a lot of speculation lately that the Habs are going to trade him and try and get him off the cap. And even though there's been plenty of rumors over the past couple of weeks about San Jose and Anaheim and even Pittsburgh sneaking in there, well, according to Eric Engels, who recently brought up this topic with the man himself, Kent Hughes, don't be shocked if weeks go by and the former Habs goaltender is still on the payroll. Hughes would tell Engels, quote, "We're fine. We don't have to trade Carey Price. If we can find a trade to move his contract that makes sense for us and makes sense for another team, we'll do it. But we don't have to." So basically, what he's trying to say is their backs aren't against the wall or anything, okay? Now, Engels would go on to tweet himself that he does believe that Price will eventually get moved. But there's not a snowball's chance in hell that the Canadiens are going to overpay to get rid of him. So, of course, the only way for a deal like this to happen is if the perfect opportunity presents itself. So hang tight. If you're waiting on a Carey Price trade, we could be waiting for at least 10, 15 minutes. But at least we got a GM that's smart enough to wait until the best deal comes along. You know what I mean? He's not just going to jump on the first opportunity. I've seen a lot of people suggesting that the Habs are going to have to pay to get rid of him. I've even seen, I think it was from Renaud Lavoie, that the price to get rid of him could be as high as a second-round pick. And that sucks. I don't know about you, but I like second-round picks. Owen Beck was a second-round pick. Freaking Lane Hudson, man, was a second-round pick. I personally hope they can find a deal without having to give up too much. But again, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Go get him, Kent. Go get him. But that's going to do it for this Habs news update. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to bite the nails right off of that like button before you leave here. Just chew on it. And hey, well, see you next time.